guys. So I'm sorry about before. My microphone was a complete mess. I don't know what was wrong with it, but usually I stream on a console, like gaming console, not a laptop, so this is a little new to me. Okay. So this challenge will be on my other YouTube, which I plan to have all of my Sims Force content, anything dealing with Sims, on that channel. Um, I'll leave the title down below of that channel, and then later on I will leave a link to the channel itself. I will also edit and then put this video onto that channel. Um, yeah. So, with everything going on, um, I've spent a lot of time thinking, and I've been a little bored. And a few days ago, I sat down and started typing, and I couldn't stop typing. So here came this, The Sims 4 2020 Quarantine Challenge. Um, I talked with a few friends about it, and one of them is helping me make this challenge um, able to play into The Sims 3. So we're still working out a few kinks because some of the stuff won't work in The Sims 3, and some things will be called different things. I will also make adjustments as we go on. I'm in the middle of designing a web page. I'm trying to find a way to get it on the Sims form and all that stuff. Trying to figure out all that. New Instagram page, I will post that too in the description, okay? So, I'll go over this stuff. It's pretty interesting, a few pages long. We got some nice stuff in here. And I tried relating it a lot to what's going on. Like, especially the teenager in this, since I'm still a teenager, really mimics how I feel and stuff, and how a lot of people are probably feeling around that age group. Okay. So now that we're finally done with that intro and have everything set up, backstory. It's 2020 and things have not been going right in the Sims realm. From the possibility of a full-on Sims war to disastrous fires in Salvadora to the breakout of a deadly virus in San Myshuno. In order to control the outbreak, children have been switched to online school, Sims are losing their jobs, others are dying, the economy is crashing, and necessary resources are running scarce. Your hope is to keep your family safe no matter how bad the outbreak becomes. However, several obstacles become apparent. So, the gist of the challenge. Hey, so this challenge is based off the events so far in 2020. As the year goes on, I will adjust this challenge, maybe add on more. Like I said before, your main goal is to keep your family safe during this rough time. So first things first, create a family of 5. You must have 2 parents, a teenager, a child, and a toddler. If you have cats and dogs, you may create a pet of your choice, but only one. Also, the more packs you have, the more fun this challenge will be, which at the bottom of this description, I list like 5, 6 packs. That would really help out, make it more fun, but this is base game compatible for the most part, honestly. Maybe like a few things you'd have to change, but it'd still be fun. Kaz instructions, so the mother. So I'm not sure which pack it is, but I think it's either Strangerville or Get Famous, but I'm pretty sure it's Strangerville, where you can give your sim the paranoid trait. So she must have the paranoid trait, and she must have the family-oriented trait. You could choose the last traits, and remember throughout this challenge, the traits that you get to choose, some traits will aid you in this time, and other traits will not aid you so well. So choose your traits wisely. Okay. So also for the mother, you can choose your aspiration, but I recommend having it to have something to deal with helpful skills like gardening, fishing, or maybe even family. Maybe you can make her like eventually a mentor. That'd be pretty interesting, who knows. And then you can design her to your choosing. The father, he doesn't really have any required traits, and he has to have an aspiration dealing with family, and you'll find out later why I don't have as much for him. The teenager. So if you want, I thought this would be interesting. For teenagers, you still can choose another trait for them if they already have a gloomy one or possibility of no graduation after all their hard work. Okay. So required trait, cheerful. So I know what you may be thinking, why, but your teen is very smart and sees the light in the dark. So your child is trying to stay calm and happy during this time, even though they have a lot to lose at this point in time. Second required trait, gloomy. Even though they try to be happy, they will have a tough time trying to stay happy with everything going on. So that's why I kind of said the two different teens would really contrast each other and it'd add a lot. So that's your choice to have two teens or the one with the two traits. So their aspiration is if you're choosing. An idea I had would be choosing a location aspiration like the beaches of Solani, the San Myshuno town, Strangerville aspirations, and maybe you can have that as like a dream or vision board, like, hey, after this is done, maybe I can go like at this, or hey, maybe I'll have this college aspiration, maybe I'll go to college after this and put this all behind me. Yeah, so that could be like their ideal thought. And then add a second party outfit if you have Discovery University, and so have them wear a cap and gown for when they hopefully graduate someday. Do not have this as their main party wear. Okay? 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I had to answer a quick question. Okay, so for the child, your child doesn't really understand what's going on, whereas your teenager knows more since they're closer to adulthood. Their trait is of your choosing. Sorry about that. And so is the aspiration. I would not recommend the social butterfly aspiration, since during this time they will not get to socialize much outside of the house, which would lead them to being, well, it wouldn't really affect them. So I guess it's up to you, but you wouldn't probably be able to complete that aspiration. Toddler. Your poor little toddler really doesn't know or understand what is going on. All they know is their routine has changed. So design them as you wish, but their trait must be angelic. So the reason why I have this is because during this time the toddler is the light and joy of the family, which makes everyone happy as time goes on. So let me know if you have any CAS instruction questions. Okay. In the comments, and I will answer those either after the live stream or whenever I can. Okay, build and buy instructions. These are pretty simple, really. You can design any house you want. So you can choose any lot you want. I would not recommend San Myshuno since that is the epicenter of the disease, but doesn't really matter, and you'll find why later on. You must have 2 adult beds, a child's bed, and a toddler's bed. So at least 4 bedrooms, so you can have the toddler and child, or you can have the toddler and child share a room. You must have 2 full bathrooms, a kitchen, a living room, or 2 if you want, a room for children to work on their schooling, dining room, backyard with a fence, laundry room if you have laundry room stuff, and any other rooms you think your Sims will need. So required lot traits that will help your Sims succeed during this time that I thought would be good are good schools, homey, fast Wi-Fi. Another good one would probably be, I think it was called Studio, like Home Studios, anything created on the lot, like paintings and stuff like that, automatically gets a lot of attention and is more excellent quality and that type of stuff. So if you want to do that, that's also another good one. Okay. The child, teen, and mother must have their own laptops, and the toddler must have a kid tablet. And that's mainly to help up their skills. Okay. Game rules. You must lock all outside exit doors so only house members and pets can leave the house. So once you get further into the challenge, lock the doors so only the mother and pet can get out, so that way the children will be safe from the virus. So the first part of the challenge, which I explain later on, a lot of this I will explain later on after the rules. At first, it was okay to go out. You know, people didn't really know about it. And then it got to the point where children can really spread it. So children need to be stayed indoors. The elderly, too, would be a good one to have them stay indoors. With your pets, it's your own discretion, but I kind of figured you don't want them peeing in the house like if it's a dog. Cats, you can keep inside because of the litter box, and they don't have to be walked. Number 2, once you enter the game, you must make the parents divorce and move the father out into a small house or into an apartment in San Machino. And that's mainly to add more realism to the game, more feelings for the kids. Number 3, so here's where I kind of break it down, and then I will go through each of these sections a little further along. Okay, number 3, the safe locations depend on what level you are in the quarantined. So level 1, the places open are the grocery store, restaurants, school, everybody's at work, pool, parks, so pretty much everything. So this is when the virus hasn't been discovered in your city yet. Level 2, the only places open is the grocery store, some work, and fast food. So at this point, school switched to online and some jobs become work from home only, or the parent is laid off temporarily. Level 3, only places open is grocery store, fast food, part-time jobs, doctors, yes, the vet too, police, political lawyers, judges, retail, part-time job. A teenager may work part-time in fast food or retail, and if needed, the parent can too. Level 4, the only places open is grocery store and then all work. So at this point, the virus is clearing up, so we're slowly introducing Sims back into society. And then at level 5, everything goes back to normal. Number 4, you must build a functional grocery store if you have to get to work. If you don't, do not worry about this, but it makes it more realistic. So this must have items in it that are necessary for times like this. Make toilet paper, canned goods, water, meat, and other paper products harder to find in stores. You can have as many grocery stores as you want. Remember, clothing stores will not be as useful, and bakeries and restaurants also will not be as useful. Yeah. So with that, I'm working on making a base game grocery store. It's been a little hard so far, but I did some research on the Sims 4 gallery. Hold on a second. Okay, so I did some research on the Sims 4 gallery, and there are literally no base game grocery stores. There used to be because there was this mod, but that mod has not been updated since 2016, because I also checked that out for this too. So it's your own choice. It will only probably be the mother going to the grocery store. So that is up to you, but once I have the base game grocery store built. It's almost done. I will share it on the gallery, and then I will post the speed build on my other YouTube. Okay, number 5, you may only text or call the father. So because of these conditions, you cannot visit the father after level 2 of the challenge. And this is especially because he lives in the city where it's really bad at. Number 6, if you have seasons, you must start in the springtime and set the days to 28 in the season. You must also have a thermostat in the house, obviously, or what you can do is you can have fans or fireplaces if you live in Solani. But fans and fireplaces also help keep the house cooled down without having to have the thermostat, because that can make bills high. So that's something you can do. Number 7, at level 2, the kids are not allowed to go to school anymore. So I will explain later how to keep their grades up. Number 8, the mother must help mentor the children and teach the toddlers skills like how to talk or go using the potty chair. So basic skills, letters, numbers, animals, that type of stuff, which you can do with like flashcards and stuff, which I know too it's hard to get toddlers to do that, so like maybe once a day sit them down and have them do something like that. Number 9, the teen must step up as the older sibling and help the mother out with her siblings. Okay, so here's where the challenge gets interesting and basically where the challenge is broken into. So as I kind of went over a little bit before, the challenge is broken into different levels, level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So for level 1 of quarantine, so this is when, okay, so your family has received word that a new virus has taken over San Myshuno and is killing a lot of Sims. So you also find out that the virus hasn't really made an appearance out of San Myshuno. So children still go to school and the mother panics about this virus possibly coming to where you guys live since it is new and there is no vaccine for it. Have the father visit only once during this time, and so level 1 of the quarantine lasts for 4 sim days. So remember, they don't know it, but it's their last 4 days of freedom for a while. So maybe take the family out to have fun, whatever you want to do. So, because they're going to be stuck inside for quite a while. Okay, level 2. The virus has spread to your country, and as a means of precaution, schools close and switch to online. For your Sims, do not have them go to school. Have them complete school projects in order to keep their grade up. So I don't know if the school projects are part of Parenthood, but in case it is, work on necessary skills like writing, hobbies, that sort of stuff. I know with MC Command Center you can activate children quit school and teenager quit school, and yes, we'll have them basically flunk out eventually, because that's the only way to do it, but you can have them work on these other skills, and then when everything's over, you can have them just rejoin school. Most places have closed except grocery stores, work, and fast food. Level 2 lasts 1 sim week. So if you have a calendar with seasons, you can help keep marks on when each level of quarantine takes place, which will help you keep track. Only the mother and pet can leave. Lock the exit doors so the children are stuck inside. If the teen has a part-time job as a retail or fast food employee, let them leave for work. So if they have any other part-time job, have them quit. Theoretically, they have been laid off temporarily. Only the mother and pet, I just read that, I'm sorry. The mother also begins to freak out because she hears that some workplaces that could not work online are being laid off temporarily, no pay. So that's supposed to be like the paranoid side of her building up even more. Level 3, shelter in place quarantine. As cases rise and the death toll rises, the president places a shelter in place order for all Sims. The mother is only allowed to leave to get groceries, and the teen is only allowed to leave if they work as a retail employee. The father cannot visit anymore at this point. All communication with him is done through text and call only. If the mother does not have a job where they can work from home, have them quit their job. They have been laid off. Have them register with the Labor of Industry. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. You still won't get paid for that, but who knows at this point? Maybe maybe that is them filing for unemployment. If they have been laid off every week until level 5, the family will receive 1,000 simoleons. Level 3 lasts 14 to 21 Sims days, so you can choose how long between that amount. I mainly was thinking 14 because that's how the usual quarantine has lasted. It is up to you. Level 4. The number of cases and deaths have been going down as trials for a vaccine have been successful. The president has announced a way to get the economy back up, and as a clearance from Sims health officials, it is okay for parents to go back to work. However, out of country, world travel, except where the grocery store is still not allowed in case cases fire up again. So you cannot travel to other Sims world, but if you're traveling to the world where the other retail stores are, that's okay. Or you can have your grocery store in the same world as your Sims. Okay. Have the mother gain her job back if she lost it, and have her stop working from home if she still had her job but was working from home. Items are becoming more available at the grocery store. So go in, edit it, and add more items like more paper products, that type of stuff. Schools are still closed as precaution to children in case of another outbreak. The father still cannot visit during this time though. Level 4 lasts 14 Sims days. If you want, you can make that a little shorter, but I would not like it being less than 7 Sims days. So that is up to you. Level 5, finally. A vaccine has finally been developed and every Sim is required to get it. If you have the Slice of Life mod for fun, you can have your family go and get vaccines together. If you don't, just pretend like they did. Pretty cool. So the children could go back to school, throw your teen a graduation party, age your teen up and have them apply to college if you have Discover University, or you can have them join the workforce immediately. I feel like your teens will finally be happy and excited to finally get out there and do stuff instead of being stuck in the house. This time has left some trauma for everyone, and the economy is slowly working its way back up. However, a vaccine is a yearly requirement now. So if you have Slice of Life, whenever that bootlet goes away, every 14 days saying you're no longer being covered for the vaccine, you can make them go get it again. You don't have to play this save file after this again. But who knows? Maybe you will. However, your family learns that the children's father died of the virus towards the end of level 4. And that is because he lived in a highly contaminated area, San Myshuno. So I mainly have that there as to make it more realistic. If you don't really want that, you can make it to where the father lives with them. So that is up to your choice, but who knows what you can do. You can do with that. You can do it that way, however way you choose. So if that's the way you go and have the father die from the virus, you can have a funeral for him or a memorial celebration for him. With the new mod, Mortem, it helps you do that, and it makes realistic deaths more realistic. I'm planning to do a review for it. I actually just got it a few days ago. So I plan to eventually go back in and leave links to all of the mods that I recommend right after this. So level 5 of the quarantine lasts 7 Sims days. So once you pass that, you have finished the challenge. Leave suggestions if you have any. I am open to suggestions. This is a new challenge. You can make it more realistic for how your journey through all this has been. Just make it fun. Have fun with it. So some mods I would recommend for this challenge are MC Command Center, Slice of Life, and Realistic Deaths, which is Mortem. You can use UI extension cheats, but again, you're trying to have your Sims survive throughout this challenge. So that is a little way of cheating the challenge, but again, that is up to you. Maybe for the toddler, because I know the toddlers could be really hard with their needs sometimes in the game. So some packs that would be helpful, but this challenge would be fine without them too. Get to work, so you can build the grocery stores, that kind of stuff. Parenthood, possibly for the school projects, but it'll also help keep your kids on track during this quarantine. Discover University for afterwards, and the graduation gown if you want that. Laundry day, so that way they do laundry, because you're stuck at home and laundry's going to pile up, and quite frankly, I'm still trying to figure out why that wasn't just an update to the game. Toddler stuff. Again, so your toddler could have more stuff, maybe put stuff in the backyard, whatever you want to do. Again, why was that not an update in the game for toddlers? Poor toddlers. Strangerville. So this is one thing I did think of is with Strangerville, you can have a lot of people, Sims, eat that fruit. So basically, they're contaminated with this virus. So that is a way that you can do it. I thought that was pretty interesting. I may do that in my Let's Play when I go through this. I will post a grocery store that is base game, and then I will post one that includes get to work, so it'd be functional. You can also play this challenge in The Sims 3, which me and my friend are working our ways out on how to fix a few things, because some things will not work for The Sims 3 that I have listed for The Sims 4. So hopefully that'll be released here in a week or two. Probably a week. But yeah, we're just trying to figure things out, looking at mods. If you have any suggestions on that too, let me know. So my account's origin ID is DreamingStars14. I will also leave these down below in the description. YouTube, and this is the channel I will be playing it on, is Dreaming_Simmer, which I will also leave that name down below. And if you go on my main YouTube channel, so this one, and then switch all the way over to the channel portion, it should be under there as one of my channels. And then I also have an Instagram for this, and already quite a couple of people have been following that. Dreaming_Simmer 2020, which I can also leave a link to down below. So before I end this live stream, does anybody have any questions? Okay, so that's just the challenge. I will let you know when I have it linked up onto a website. I'll probably leave a link to this plain document of it, so that way you can play it, stream it on your YouTube. It's up to you. So it's been cool, it's been fun. I will start streaming this challenge on Dreaming Simmer probably in a day or two after I finish the grocery store for you guys. So, I wish you guys a good day. I wish you guys good luck with everything going on. If you have any questions about this challenge at all, just leave a comment below. And yeah, just leave a comment below. I will answer any questions you have. So, that has concluded our live stream. I will stay on for like a few more minutes if you want to ask any questions. And like I said earlier, I will be posting this video on my other YouTube before I start playing out the challenge on my YouTube, which I should start playing out that challenge here in possibly even tomorrow. So, let me know if you have any questions. Like I said before, have a good day.